All right, this meeting is called to order at 6:00 p.m. Good evening. This is a regular meeting of the Ferndale Schools Board of Education being held on Monday, January 6th, 2025. All meetings in the Ferndale schools are held in public in compliance with the Open Meetings Act. Printed documents discussed in tonight's meeting are available to the public upon request, with the exception of any information protected by student or employee privacy rights. Board meeting information is posted on our website at www.ferndaleschools.org. If you do not have internet access and need information, please contact the board offices at 248-586-8652 by Thursday of the week prior to the meeting, and district staff will do their best to work with you. Item 1.1, roll call.
Oh, sorry. Roll call. We need to amend the agenda.
Okay.
Swearing in at 1.1. So I move to update the agenda to add oath of office as item 1.1 and then shift roll call and approval of board org down.
Second.
Seconded by Jonathan.
Do you need a roll call for a change of the agenda? No. No. Just amended.
As you have cited 1.1, then go down. Other than these changes, does anyone have any additional changes to the agenda? Then without objection and with unanimous consent, the agenda is amended as approved. It's there.
Could all the new board members please join me in the front? Having been duly elected as a member of the Board of Education for the period beginning January 1st, 2025, and expiring December 31st, 2028, by the Ferndale Board of Education at the special meeting held on Monday, January 6th, 2025. I hereby declare my eligibility to accept said position in accordance with the provisions of section 1010(4) of the General School Laws, State of Michigan, provision of the General School Laws, State of Michigan, provision of 1976. I do further solemnly swear or that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of Ferndale Public Schools.
We did, well, we'll wait till we can do it.
Item 2, public comment. This is the time for public participation in the meeting. The Board of Education intends for the public to have many opportunities to address the board and administration of their school district. These include email, phone calls, face-to-face meetings, community gatherings, public hearings, and other public meetings. We welcome individual and group input into the important issues that confront our schools. As noted at the top of the agenda, this is a meeting of the school board open to the public. We want to provide fair and impartial guidelines for participation as required by the Open Meetings Act and to encourage transparency and equal treatment for everyone in attendance. We also recognize that an effective meeting facilitates better decisions and promotes openness by allowing more people to stay for the full length of the meeting. To meet these goals, please note the following. We ask that you identify yourself and list contact information on a comment sheet to help administrators follow up with you on your comment. If you don't wish to do so in writing, please identify yourself at the podium. And if you need a response, please provide contact information with an administrator after the meeting. I will call on the people who have completed comment sheets first. Each person will have one opportunity to address the board for up to 3 minutes. Comments or questions should be directed to the board president. The secretary or vice president will raise her hand when your time is within a few seconds of expiring. This period of public comments is for both non-agenda items and issues that are on the agenda. Public comments will end at the close of this part of the agenda. In the event that the number of people wishing to comment requires longer than 30 minutes, public comment will be temporarily postponed after 30 minutes, and time will be added to the end of the meeting for those who do not get a chance to speak. Complaints about staff should be made outside of board meetings and should follow the applicable board policy. Please contact the superintendent's office if you have any questions regarding this item. The board cannot respond to complaints about employees in public. This is meant to promote fairness to the staff person and the complainant. The Ferndale Public Schools community acts with great civility toward one another. Please help us to maintain that tradition during public comment. Do we have any comment sheets? Is there anyone here for public comment? Public comment is closed. Item 3, action items, Board of Education organizational 2025. Item 3.1, election of officers. Sections 0151 of the Board of Education bylaws calls for the election of board officers at the annual organization meeting of the board. The officers to be elected include the president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. The bylaws also call for the superintendent to serve as the presiding officer, taking nominations and calling for the vote on the election of the president. Upon election, the president will take over the chair and proceed with the election of the vice president, secretary, and treasurer. Are there any nominations for president?
I nominate Sandra Duke.
Any other nominations? I will entertain a motion to close nominations for president.
So move.
Moved by Jonathan,
Second.
seconded by Aaron. Nominations for president is now closed. I will entertain a motion to elect board member Sandra Dookie as president of the Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education and effective January 6, 2025 through the next organization meeting in January 2026. Moved by Jackie,
One second.
seconded by Jonathan. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call, Ms. Shepherd?
Crumrine,
Yes or no?
Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
Delaware,
Yes.
Dookie,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Mulner,
Yes.
With 7 yes votes, the motion passes and approval to elect Sandra Dookie as president of the Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education and effective January 6, 2025 through the next organization meeting in January 2026 is approved.
Make this one time.
I do.
All right, go for it.
Got it out my system. Thank you.
It will rarely be used. Yes. All right, are there any nominations for vice president?
I nominate Lisa Kaiser.
I second.
Any
Oh.
other nominations?
Oh, sorry.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to close nominations for vice president.
Move.
Moved by Jonathan,
I'll second.
nominations for vice president are now closed. I'll entertain a motion to elect board member Lisa Kaiser as vice president of the Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education effective January 6, 2025, through the next organizational meeting in January 2026.
I'll move. Second.
Moved by Jonathan, seconded by Mark. Any discussion on the motion? Didn't get there yet. Roll call, Ms. Shepherd.
Crumrine,
Yes.
Delaware,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Mulner. Yes. Turner,
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. With 7 yes votes, the motion passes and requests be approval to elect a board member, Lisa Kaiser, as vice president of the Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education effective January 6, 2025 through the next organization meeting in January 2026 is approved.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I sit there now.
Right
now.
Yes, right
Oh,
now.
yeah, it happens.
It happens. Okay. It's real.
Back to you later.
It
was fun. It's been real.
Yes. All right, while they settle in. Are there any nominations for secretary?
I nominate Jonathan Turner.
Any other nominations? I'll entertain a motion to close nominations for secretary.
So moved.
Moved by Jackie,
Second.
seconded by David. Nominations for secretary is now closed. I will entertain a motion to elect board member Jonathan Turner as secretary of the Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education and effective January 6, 2025 through the next organizational meeting in January 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Mark, seconded by Lisa. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call, Ms. Shepherd?
Delaware,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser,
Yes.
Mulner,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
Crumrine.
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes, thank you, thank you. With 7 yes votes, the motion passes and requests C, approval to elect board member Jonathan Turner as secretary of the Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education and effective January 6, 2025 through the next organizational meeting in January 2026 is approved. Are there any nominations for treasurer? She can't nominate herself.
Oh, I nominate Jackie for treasurer.
Any other nominations? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to close nominations for treasurer.
So moved.
Moved by Aaron, seconded by Lisa. Nominations for treasurer is now closed. I'll entertain a motion to elect board member Jackie Hart as the treasurer of Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education effective January 6, 2025 through the next organizational meeting in January 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Aaron,
Second.
seconded by Dave. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call, Ms. Shepherd?
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser.
Yes.
Mulner.
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
Crumrine.
Yes.
Delaware,
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes.
Thank you.
With 7 yes votes, the motion passes and requests D, approval to elect board member Jackie Hart as treasurer of Ferndale Public Schools Board of Education and effective January 6, 2025 to the next organization meeting in January 2026 is approved. Congratulations, Kathy.
Congratulations.
So item 2 on the agenda, establish board meeting dates. Section 0154A of the Board of Education bylaws, as noted, requires the board designate a day, place, and time for regular meetings that will be held at least once every month. Generally, the board has met on the third Monday of each month. The draft meeting schedule is attached for regular and committee of the whole meetings for the 24-25 school year, using the third Monday of the month as a basis for the calendar, with the exception of Monday, January 27th, and Monday, February 24th. The calendar also suggests the meetings begin at 7 p.m. and held in the Ferndale Administration Building Media Center. So we have to roll call on this, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve to designate the board meeting dates, time, and locations as outlined.
Can I just have a clarification?
Yep.
It's as in attachment 1, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Because the text says 7 o'clock, but our committee of the whole starts at 6. So.
Okay, so the calendar, our regular meeting should be at 7 and our committee of the wholes are at 6.
Yeah. Section 3.2.
No, the times are right on here, we just, when we approve the notes, it needs to be another change. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the designated board meeting dates, times, and locations as outlined.
I'll make a motion to approve, designate board meeting dates, times, and locations as outlined in attachment 1.
I'll second.
Any discussion, any other discussion on the motion? Roll call, Ms. Shepherd?
Iser,
Yes.
Walner,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
Brumrine.
Yes.
Delabarne,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. With 7 yes votes, the approval to designate board meeting dates, times, and location as outlined in attachment 1 is approved. Item 3.3, designate individuals to assume specific responsibilities of the treasurer and recording clerk of the board. Section 0154B of the Board of Education bylaws calls for the board to designate at the organization meeting individuals to assume specified responsibilities of the treasurer and recording clerk of the board. Bylaw 0171 outlines the responsibilities of the officers of the board. Presently, the district's director of finance is authorized to perform the day-to-day functions of the treasurer, while the superintendent's executive assistant is designated to act as clerk at meetings of the board and record the minutes of the board meetings. The resolutions below contemplate continuation of these appointments. Request A, authorization to designate the director of finance of the school district to perform the day-to-day functions of treasurer of the board as outlined in 0171.4, and request B, authorization. Okay, go separate. I'll entertain a motion to approve request A, authorization to designate the director of finance of the school district to perform the day-to-day functions of the treasurer of the board as outlined in 0171.4.
So move.
Moved by Jackie, seconded by Lisa. Any discussion on the motion? So what this literally means is that we hire a director of finance to do the day-to-day functions of managing the money and report out to us. So monthly or quarterly or however we deem appropriate. Roll call, Ms. Shepherd?
Mulner,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
Crumrine.
Yeah.
Taylor Laverne,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser.
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. 7 yes votes. Request A, authorization to designate the Director of Finance of the school district to perform the day-to-day function of the treasurer of the board as outlined in 0171.4 is approved. Request B, I'll entertain a motion for request B, authorization to designate the superintendent's executive assistant to serve as clerk at meetings of the board and record the minutes of the board meetings as identified in bylaw 0171.3A.
So moved.
Moved by Aaron,
Second.
seconded by Dave. Dave or David?
David's fine, but I answered both.
Any discussion on the motion? Roll call, Ms. Shepherd.
Turner,
Yes.
Crumrine,
Yes.
Taylor Laverne,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser.
Yes.
Mulner.
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Request B, authorization to designate the superintendent's executive assistant to serve as clerk at meetings of the board and record minutes of the board meetings as identified in bylaw 0171.3A is approved. 3.4, approval to authorize bond for the treasurer of the board. Section 0154C of the board bylaws requires the board to annually approve a bond for the treasurer of the Board of Education. The following resolution contemplates continuation of such bond for the new treasurer. Entertain a motion to approve to authorize bond for the treasurer of the board. Moved by Lisa.
Second.
Seconded by Aaron. Any discussion on the motion? Roll call, Ms. Shepherd.
Crumrine.
Yeah.
Taylor Laverne,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Kaiser.
Yes.
Mulner.
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
President Dookie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. With 7 yes votes, the request, item 3.4, approval to authorize bond for the treasurer of the board is approved. 3.5, these don't get voted on. I get to appoint you all. Appointment of board members to board committees and other assignments. Under the new organization meeting format, board committees are reconstituted in January of each year with board members appointed to the committees in various state and county associations annually at the January organization meeting. Below are specific requests for appointments to these associations and board committees. Bylaw 0154 calls for the board president to make the appointments. So one point of clarification, board committees, we have board committees, but they're not active because we meet as a committee of the whole. So there's not like an achievement committee and a sustainability committee because we do all of our meetings as a committee of the whole. But there are these other lovely things that are associations that we're a part of, that making you the chair and alternate just means that you're the top two who get those emails. So like the legislative emails from MASB or the legislative emails from NSBA or OCSBA come directly, specifically to the two people identified. Sometimes we will all get them, but if you are deemed chair or alternate, that responsibility of making sure we don't miss something from that association is on you all. If that makes sense. If it's something big that's impacting a lot of board members, then we all get it, typically. All right, so with that, here's my notes. So for legislative liaison for MASB, which is the Michigan Association of School Boards, I have David as the lead on that and Mark as the alternate. For the legislative liaison for NSBA, so MASB is Michigan Association of School Board, NSBA is National School Board Association. I have Jonathan as lead and Mark as alternate. For for legislative forum to host, I think it's OCSBA, Oakland County School Board Association. I have Lisa as lead and David as alternate. The Head Start Committee is a little different because they are required to hold a meeting annually and they need board member representation. So if you're lead on this and you can't make it, make sure you communicate with your alternate or me to make sure that someone can attend that meeting. So Head Start Committee, I have Erin as lead and then Lisa as alternate. And then Student Rep Advisors Committee, I have Jackie as lead with Jonathan and David on that as well. And then with so Jackie taking lead and Jonathan and David on that committee as well. Anyone hate their assignment? Without even knowing what it entails. And if you have everything you need we covered all the things you need. All right. That brings us to item 4. Our next committee of the whole meeting is in a few minutes. 6:30. Our next regular board meeting is Monday, January 27th at 7 p.m. And we are adjourned at 6:26.